I didn't really think I was going to talk about this, but I might as well talk about it. I understand that there is a lot of military wives out there, and I am one of them. And so, what I want to talk about today is deployment. When your husband has to go on deployment. So, we found out that my husband is going on a 14-month deployment next month. So, he's going to be, I don't know where the hell, I don't know, somewhere far overseas. So, he's not going to be here. I wanted to speak about it because I know there's a lot of women out there that are like me that go through different things in their lives, and they want to go on YouTube and they want to find words of encouragement, and they want to find some comfort. They want to find something or someone or someone's words that can speak to them and help them get through something. When you're going through something life-changing, like your husband going on deployment, a lot of things start running through your head. It's a lot of responsibility that comes with it. I feel like when you are faced with something like deployment, you need to hear a spiritual point of view. You need to hear somebody that's going to say positive things to you, right? Because the first thing I feel like when someone's overseas, or if it's a long distance relationship, the first thing you hear somebody say is what? Cheating. That's the first thing. And I feel like that shouldn't be on your mind. What should be on your mind is your husband's well-being, how your husband is doing, how he's feeling, what's his stress level like. Is he praying? Is he keeping busy? I feel like those are the first things that should come to the mind. I wanted to come to you guys today because this was all of a sudden. We did not know that this was going to happen. It just sprung up. He just said, hey, babe, I got the news that in a couple months I'm going to be deploying. And I'm like I didn't know how to, even now I really don't know how to process it. God is helping me get through it. God is helping me get through it, and I pray to God to give me the strength. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about the responsibilities that come with it. You have to be there for your husband. You have to be there for your kids. Most importantly, you have to be there for yourself. You're the one that's over financial decisions. You're over everything. You're making all the decisions. Right now, I feel like I'm getting thrown a lot of different things, but I support my husband all the way. I was the one that encouraged him to do it. He wanted to do this when he was 18, but when you're younger, your life doesn't always play out how you wanted to play out. And I told him, I'm like, look, this is your dream. I support you all the way, even if it's me having to sacrifice it, even if it's our family have to sacrifice it. We will sacrifice for you because I want him to be happy. I want him to live his life. He's never been overseas. I've never been overseas. I told him it's going to be a beautiful experience, right? I'm not saying that there's not going to be difficult times. I'm not saying that, right? Because we all know it's going to be ups and downs, most definitely when it's distance. I feel like it's how you see it. I feel like with women, it's so easy for us to see the negative part of things, but we really have to start seeing the positive things. I used to be a very negative, chronic thinker, and I think that was because of different things that I went through life that put me in that position. Now I see things in a whole nother different light, and I think that's because I have lost people that were close to me, people that I've seen and talked to every day. To the next day, they're gone. They no longer have life. They go on to the next. They go on with God. So me experiencing that and knowing that life is not promised tomorrow, I am just the type of person to where you have to go after your dreams. Whatever makes you happy, you have to go for it. My husband with me, because you guys know I'm always doing something. I just got this beautiful opportunity that I'm taking now. And even with my group or anything that I do, traveling, when I was boxing and I was going from state to state, my husband was right there supporting me. So guess what? I'm going to do the same exact thing. I feel like when it comes to our spouses, we need to be more encouraging. Instead of stopping them from doing things, encourage them and just pray and just know that God's got them. Their life is in God's hands, and just encourage them. When it comes to my spouse, I want him to be happy. I tell him all the time, look, no matter what, you got me for life. Whatever it is you want to do in life, I support you because your happiness matters. His happiness matters. I want him to be happy. I want him to look back on his life and be like, look, I was able to travel here. I was able to experience this. I was able to live my life to the very fullest. And I want that for you guys too. Now, being a military wife, it's not easy because it's a lot of responsibility. So, and most definitely when you have kids, because with me, I'm trying to balance my life. I'm trying to do my YouTube channel. I'm trying to do my music. We're doing gigs and here and there and practicing, and my job, I'm doing my job that my dream job that I always wanted. So I'm doing that as well. And it's like, on top of that, then I have children that I'm trying to see about. My daughter is only getting older, you know, and y'all know when they get to that 10-year-old phase, they get a lot of personality, you know what I'm saying? You got to have a lot of patience. It's so easy to put your feelings and your dreams in front of everybody, but it's like you have to do a balance. So I have a lot of things going on, but I believe and I know that God is in control. God is in control of my husband's life. God is in control of my daughter's life. God is in control of my foster baby's life. God is in control of my life. Most importantly, God is in control of all of our lives and all of our paths. And you have to most definitely believe that. So military spouses, whether if you are a man or a woman, during this time, right? Focus on yourself, focus on your family, focus on your kids, travel. Definitely focus on yourself. So when your spouse comes back, you guys can come together and you guys can be one. You guys can be stronger together. Work on yourself. That's what I learned in my life, okay? I'm always a step or two ahead. I'm always ahead. I want to be present in the moment, no matter what it is that I'm doing, right? No matter what it is. I want to be present and I want to deal with everything one step at a time. So I want to learn how to be present, right? A lot of things are out of our control. A lot of things we can't control. My husband going on a deployment, I can't control that. But what I can control when he's out there, I can control what's here. And that's being there for our kids, being there for myself, focusing on my job, focusing on myself, vice versa. I'm going to be out here providing for us, holding the fort down while he's out there holding it down for us. So why am I talking about this? I don't really know. I know when you're doing a YouTube channel, it's like you open yourself up, you know, but I just have been moving how God wants me to move. And I have just been saying what God wants me to say. I know a lot, like my mom, she's like, you, I'm too private for that. You open yourself up, which is a beautiful thing because a lot of people can't do that. I am here to save people. I am here to help people. I'm here to help mothers, most definitely people that want to see the positive thing, the positive sides of things, but there's so many negative things going on in your mind. Your mind, the devil works with your mind. Y'all gotta be mindful of that. But I'm just saying, for military spouses and people that are in the military, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for your loved one's safety. I don't even care. It can be your son, your auntie, your uncle. There's so many people in the military. Them wanting to be in the military, that is a beautiful thing, to go and sacrifice and put your life on the line for your country. It's easy to get selfish to see where our side of things, but you have to see their side of things. It's hard leaving your family. Before my husband went to the military, I was the one that did it. I was getting ready to take the ads app. I was getting ready to do everything, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think this is for me, because when you first initially have to go and do training, you have to leave for 3 months at a time. I believe 3 to 4 months. I could not fathom leaving my daughter behind. At that time, we only had my daughter. I could not fathom that. I could not put myself to do it. I could not. So my husband, I'm like, maybe this is something for you. You just have to support your spouse. And any military wife out there, I am praying for you. Just know that I am a military wife as well. This is not the first deployment that we have done. We've done other deployments as well. It wasn't this long amount of time, but this is not our first rodeo. From the previous deployment, it was able to prepare me for this. And I feel like, and I know that God set things up. Each time, I feel like it was like different amount of times, but each time it was longer. So now we did that, and now we're to this. And you know what? I'm ready. But I told God, I said, look, this is happening. It's happening for a reason. So just give me the strength to be there for the family, most definitely be there for my daughter, because she's so close to my husband. I don't second guess anything that I do. Before I used to. Like when I make videos, I'm like, I be pondering on it for about a few days, just pondering, trying to figure out, like, should you really put this video out? Are you really open to put this video out? Is that something you want to do? But I have not been second guessing. I just been recording it and recording and taking things one step at a time. I just want to put this video out here. If you guys want to hear more content about deployment, I can most definitely do that. I feel like with my videos lately, there's just been different things on my mind. Feel free to drop in the comments and let me know, because I wouldn't mind putting more content out there. We've been doing this for a minute. I want to say about like 3 years. Yeah, and I'm just now talking about it. I love you guys. Something just told me, God just told me just to record this. I don't know who needs to hear this, but just pray for God to give you strength. If you have a spouse or somebody that you love going on deployment, think of the positive things and pray for them.